Hey everybody, this is AYG's Alpha Team, here with another Destiny 2 video, or actually our first Destiny 2 video. This is going to be all the heroic public events that you can activate. We're going to start right here with the Glimmer extraction. That little device right there, you got to take that out. Now it's going to appear every time they move their position. That little thing's going to appear, you got to take it out every time. And then after that they're going to drop like a Vandal or a Knight veteran guy, you know, the like yellow bar guys. There he is right there. He's labeled with the public event emblem. You take him out and then it's going to move. It's going to move the extraction site. And then you go to the next extraction site. There it is, extractor captain. And then it's going to go to the next extraction site. And then when it does that, that little device is going to appear again. You'll see it come up right now. There it is. You got to take that out again. Now it appears every time, for a total of 3 times. There it is again. And then the last time you take it out, that should trigger the public event. Or the heroic, rather. And there it is. And then it's going to drop a big pile of Glimmer. Now, in order to complete the event now, you have to stand in that pile of Glimmer to transmat it. So you'll see the little white circle, you got to stay in that circle, and you see it says transmatting Glimmer. You stay there and you fight off all the ads, and after it goes 100%, you collect it, and it's all done. Now remember, that one's for Glimmer extraction. Pretty straightforward. One of the easier ones, I think. Alright, next up is going to be the Cabal Excavation. Now this one is a little relatively easy too. You have to stand near the drill for overriding lander, but they're going to constantly be dropping mortars on you. So you have to avoid the mortars. At the very first drop of mortars, they completely clear the area, so you have to be out of it in that particular time, but then you can just kind of stay in the circle and avoid them. And eventually you're going to come across this ship in the air right there, that one that's labeled Thrasher. You got to take that shit out in order to activate the heroic. So it'll make 3 passes, so you have 3 chances to actually take it out. It comes in, does its thing, and then leaves. And then once you take it out, we can do it. There we go. It'll activate the public event. And then once it does, you no longer have to stand in that circle, you just have to take out the boss. That's not the chest for this public event, that's just the chest in the area. And there he is, Excavation Valis. You have to take him out, and he's a little tough because they bring him a lot more ads, but he's not too bad. Take him out, finishes the event, and you get your rewards. Another one that's pretty straightforward. I want to go ahead and let you guys see all the rewards I get too, just because I don't want to leave you hanging. I'm sure like some people might just be like, oh, I wonder what he got. Well, I'll make sure I open every chest for you. Alright, next up is going to be the public event with the walkers. Now this one, there's going to be 3 domes of light, and each dome there's going to be 2 scorch cannons. In order to activate the heroic public event, you have to open those scorch cannons. You have to open the domes. The way you do that is by downing the walker just like that. He drops these lights, these little orbs. You take them to these stations right here, right next to the domes. There's 2 per dome. There's 3 domes, so a total of 6 stations. So you need 6 of those little orbs. You put them in the stations, and once you activate all of them, once you use all 6, it'll trigger the heroic. It only drops 3 at a time though, so careful. And there you go. The way you get the orbs is you just have to take out one of the legs of the walker, and then he'll eventually go down and open up his neck, and when he does, that's when he drops those little balls of light. And the heroic event is actually 2 walkers. They drop another walker. You can see him right here. So you have to take out both of them. It's still not too bad. And a little tip for, I don't know if everyone knows this because Destiny 1 players definitely know it. If you use the Scorch and you shoot one of the projectiles at it, if you hold the trigger, it will charge the Scorch projectile. So you'll be able to, like, do more damage. I see a lot of people just wasting Scorch rounds. It's just funny. Alright, next up is the Hive public event. The Witch's Ritual. There's these 2 plates that you have to stand on. They're called hex circles. You stand on them in order to take off the shields of the 2 wizards in the room. You gotta take out these knights first. So you stand in there, you'll see the wizard right there with the shield. Now he doesn't have it. You take out the wizards, and once you do, you get back on the hex circles. You'll see the portal open up, and you gotta shoot those crystals. There's 1 on each side, so you have to stand on both portals to get both of them to get unlocked. Now you see we're on the left side, so we can shoot the left crystal. And then once someone's on the right side, you can shoot the right crystal. There we go. Once you do that, it prompts the heroic. And then it brings out a Hive champion. He looks like the Dark Blade from Destiny 1. Moves like him too. Abyss champion, and then you just take him out. And once he's down, that's it. So yeah, just stand on those hex circles to unlock the wizards, and then you stand on them again after the wizards are dead to shoot the crystals, and then that will activate the heroic. Alright, next up we got the Servitor Ether Resupply. This one's pretty straightforward. You hurt the Servitor, then after a while he'll become immune. When he's immune, that means there's other small Servitors around. You gotta take those out before they disappear. If they disappear at all, then that means you won't be able to activate the heroic. So you gotta make sure you kill them before they have a chance to disappear. The first round of Servitors is just 1 Servitor. But then the second round of Servitors, you'll see them go immune again. Then there's 3 Servitors out there, so you have to take out all 3 of those small Servitors. It's definitely best with a team. It's a little hard to do it on your own. And then once you take out all 3, it'll trigger the heroic. Now once the heroic's triggered, the Servitor gets a huge defense buff, and it also starts hitting harder too. So your weapons don't do as much damage, so it's a little hard to get that DPS on him. So definitely recommend doing it with the team. He's out. Event complete. Grab your treasure.
Another servitor bites the dust.
There's a couple of these that you can maybe do on your own, but they're a little tough. But there's some that you definitely cannot do on your own. This one's a little tough to get that DPS just by yourself, but otherwise it's fine. So next is the Disrupting Vex Construction. This is just like the one from Destiny 1, where you have to not let them sacrifice, but with a little twist. In order to unlock the heroic, there's going to be these 3 sync plates that show up. You have to stand on the sync plates and capture them. Once they're captured, once you capture all 3, it will trigger the public event. But at the same time, you have to stop them from sacrificing to the complex in the center. And it's kind of hard to do sometimes because you don't have a clear line of sight. So you capture it, then once you capture it, you can leave that circle and go defend the center. And that one's captured too. So all 3 are captured. There's the heroic. And you always know you go heroic because it'll say joined a heroic event. If it doesn't say that, that means you're not in a heroic event. Something went wrong or got there late maybe. So now you just have to prevent them from sacrificing. And that's pretty much it. You get up to 10. I mean, they can sacrifice up to 9 guys before you actually lose the public event. So just try and keep them off as best you can, and you should be fine. Alright, next up is the Taken public event. This one was a little tough to figure out. So there's this Blight in the center. In order to damage the Blight, you have to go into these domes of Taken, and then you get this thing called Blight receding. And in that time frame, you can actually damage the Blight, and you can see the percentage of the Blight integrity going down. So you damage him to get him to 0, and then he teleports, and then you do it again. And once he takes enough damage, it'll prompt the heroic event. Now when the heroic event gets prompted, you'll see that Taken Blight Maker. There's also a Cabal champion out there too. You don't really have to worry about him, because in order to win or complete the event, you just have to kill the Blight champion, or the Blight maker. And that's it. And then last but not least is going to be... Actually, let's get this treasure first. Last but not least is going to be the injection rig. On this one, there's going to be 3 sets of vents. There's top, middle, and then bottom. This one's the middle one. If you shoot the vents till they smoke, you don't have to shoot them anymore. So you have to, like, shoot the vents that when they fire up, you shoot them until they're broken. And then you have to kill these scions. I'm going to let this play out so you can kind of see what's going on. You kill these boss scions, and then once you kill one, the vents will... Well, actually, let's kill them first. You kill one, that'll trigger the vents again, but also the first time it drops the dome, and it triggers the vents again. Now once the vents are open, you can damage them. So you damage them, and then you got to get out of the dome because the dome will damage you. And there's the bottom vent right there. Now the vents only open up when scions go down. So when you kill the champion scion, or not the champion scion, but the the boss scion, the vents will open up again. But there's only 3 scions, so if you can't take out the vents in those 3 tries, then you will not be able to get the public event. So that was the 3rd one. There's the bottom vent. It's smoking. When it's smoking, that's how you know you've completed it. So all 3 vents are down, and we still have one. We actually got it done in 2 scion tries, so we did pretty good. So in order to... It doesn't say heroic yet because you have to complete the scions. You have to kill all 3 of them first. So now they're all dead. And... get out of here because I'm burning. So now that they're down, there you go. Heroic events. And the heroic event is just like the regular event in the sense that you're just fighting one guy. But this time there's a lot more enemies, and there's 2 interceptors that are in there too, so it's a little harder to stay alive. But you just beat the Infiltrator Valis. And let me see if I can get freaking aim on him. Wherever he is. There he is. They're always labeled with that public event symbol, so you should be fine. Fight him, take him out. Maybe he'll pop a legendary for you just like that. And you're all complete. So I want to just run through this really quick, guys. I didn't want to, waste your time. But that's how you activate all the heroic events and all the different public events. So enjoy. Go ahead and leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more from rhegaming.com. Also, shoot us a comment if you have any questions or you want to give us any feedback. It's always appreciated. Until then, go ahead. Game on.
Game on! Yeah, game on!